Alright, what is going on, everyone? How are y'all doing? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Coming to you guys with 70 Prayer here in a hot second. But this is also the beginning of episode number 15 of Free to Play to a Main, where I turn, you guessed it, a free to play account that is now a self-sustaining members account that has 70 Prayer as well. So this unlocks this piety. I cannot use it yet, however, I still have to do the King's Ransom quest and the sub quest afterwards. With those completions, I can then use piety, which is a very useful skill. Now, ultimately, I spent a fair bit on bones, probably about 2.4k bones overall, and that is because I did it in here at a player-owned house. You can actually save a lot, and I talked about that in a past video by going out in the wilderness and using this altar, basically double your bones, but ultimately there's just too many PKs there on a weekend. I don't even feel like it. I was dying way more than I ever have before, and I'm not going to go out there and give free D-bones away, you know? Not something I'm about. But this video, we're going to work a lot on the total level, a little higher, you know? Make myself look a little more respectable. Oh yeah, and by the way, we're starting with 1189 total level. That's definitely going to go up, but more importantly, I also have a 21.3 mil bank, which may seem like a lot, but I did just lose like 6 mil in D-bones, so feeling a hurt, you know, looking to turn that around a little. Really, I have a lot of possibilities on where I want to go. The great part about being a med level account, so we'll just kind of go with the flow. We're going to go ahead and start by working on some fire making. I think I had to buy some gear for Winter Tot, which I accessed with this games necklace. Basically, it's a fire making based mini game bank right here. I'm going to teleport actually to Clan Wars every time in between games, which is really the best way to go about it. So I'm going to be using a games necklace teleport and a Ring of Dueling teleport every game that I do. They typically last close to 5 minutes, somewhere in there. It isn't too long. You can do it solo, however, there is a world for it that I will go to. The solo method's a bit strange, so not really a big fan, but basically whenever you enter, I have entity hider off, so I can't see any of the people, but on the minimap you can see there's people literally everywhere. I mean, it's a madhouse out here, believe me. But every game, the Winter Tots energy starts with 100%. Basically, your goal is to chop down these logs and put them in this fire. That's all you need to know. There's more to it, like this guy dying right here and going down. I mean, there's more intricacies to the minigame, but they're very minuscule and not all that noteworthy. One thing you do have to have is an axe, and I'm just an idiot, so I'll be back in a second. If you're going about this an AFK way, you get 25 points for every kindling you throw in there, which is something that's been fletched, and you would get 10 points normally for every log that you throw in there. The fire making XP is also different. As you can see, I was getting 190 before, and now I'm only getting 150. So if you're here purely for fire making and you're paying attention the full time, it makes no sense to fletch, which is why people say the meme. But if you're AFKing and just kind of hanging out like I will be doing sometimes, I'm just going to cut some, throw them in there for the points, because you do not get a reward crate unless you actually have 500 total points, so that's kind of the reason that people go about doing that. I never got a pet here on my road to 99 fire making. Let's get it on our first crate. It is a little bit of a tease that thing was right behind me, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm not hurt. Checking in, I am at Winter Tot. I've gotten 67 fire making. I was going to aim for 70, but I think this is where I'm going to end it. Really, fire making, there's not a lot of notable goals considering you're at Winter Tot. Pretty much to 99 if you want to be. It is more efficient at certain points to actually light logs, but Winter Tot's just AFK and so much better in my opinion. So, looking at the bank now, I did actually open about 11 or 12 of these crates, but then I was like, well, I may as well start keeping them. So, I got a few here to open, I guess. Probably won't get all too much, but if I at least get my first Pyromancer piece, I'd be pretty happy. I got a torch, which is good. That is a light source that I can use everywhere, however, not a piece. 15 burnt pages comes in at a good 68k, so that's a nice drop too. And we'll just kind of tear through these, see what we get. So a brim of torch in that opening, definitely happy to have that, but no pyromancer pieces, it doesn't look like. Clicking through the rest, some more burnt pages, but that looks to be about it. Not a whole lot. Definitely get some good side cash in there, maybe a few 100k, but nothing too much. However, on the side, I did actually have an insane flip that I'll go through in a second. Basically, huge shout out in my clan chat. Hopefully I can find him. Yeah, here it is. Lucas was talking in the clan chat and just said something about how rune darts were 850 GP. And I was like, well, that sounds pretty weird. And he vouched for it, so I went and bought some. And basically, I bought 2,000, and then before that, I bought 9,000. So I bought 11,000, which was my GE limit, for 874 GP a pop. Now, med price for this item is 1.2k, so that's obviously extremely low. And because of alc prices and everything, they never go this low. Like, it's just a weird time where there was no one buying on the market, I guess. So I hopped in. I bought 11,000 for 9.6 mil, just a little bit over that, 9.6, and I sold them for 13.5, netting me about a 4 mil profit in a flip that took me, I insta-bought the darts for that price. I didn't even have to slow buy them, insta-bought them, sold these back probably in half an hour. So almost as crazy, I'd say, as a green dragon hide, but I just couldn't get that much of it considering, you know, buying limits and whatnot. So right now on the side, I think what I'm going to do is buy 10,000 cannonballs and purely use all of these at green dragons. I've been wanting to go back out to the green dragons at the rev caves, but I've just really been looking for a time where I have a decent amount of side cash, and right now cannonballs are pretty cheap, so I'm going to buy 10k of them up. I'm also going to go there with broad bolts and whatnot. So in between my skilling, I'm going to head out there and see what I can do a little loot from 10k cannonballs. I have really no loot at the moment. I'll clear it all before I go. But along with that, I also have been doing some herb lore. I am up to 57, very close to 58, and I still have about another 125k XP left. So should be able to get some good levels with that, maybe up to 61 or so. But before I go kill a few green dragons, I would like to go over this flip real quick. I did buy all these staminas for 6.37k each. I then sold them for 200 GP profit per one, which means I'm netting about a 380k margin. So not bad at all, and definitely a little bit more to work with on the side. So just a second ago, I hit 55 fishing, and I didn't plan on really catching that level. For some reason, looking at it on my recorder, it says 5. I don't know why. There's something wrong with my client in that exact spot. So yeah, believe me, 55. I have a lot of low-level skills, and people probably wonder, you know, what are they that low level for? Like, why are you not focusing on them? And I'll explain that a little bit. So for smithing, really the thing holding me back is eventually once you hit 40, I want to do gold bars. To do that, I need the family crest quest done, because you get goldsmithing gauntlets, which make that a much better method. The same goes for cooking. After the family crest quest, you can get cooking gauntlets, which basically make it so you burn less food. That's really helpful to have, and I would like to wait until after that quest to do a little bit more cooking. Thieving also is behind a quest currently I plan on doing soon. That quest is the feud quest, where I will get a few levels there, and then from there I can go on a blackjack and do methods that way. Farming is behind Fairy Tale Part 1. You get a lot of beginning farming XP that way, and I want to wait until after that. Hunter is really just one that I don't think benefits me a whole lot at the moment, so I'm not really trying for that. Rune crafting, much of the same. In construction, most of the benefits are up towards the 60s and stuff like that, so really just I don't get a lot of stuff from those low levels. But that kind of explains where I'm at with everything. I mean, right now I'm looking really good, and I'm enjoying skilling on this account. Closing in on 8 mil XP total, and I might be able to unlock the 1250 total level worlds here soon. Fair few bit of worlds there that we can have access to. Here we go, 58 fishing. You wouldn't usually think that it's important. 58 doesn't seem like a good number, but in this case it gets us leaping salmon, which means we now, I think, are more efficient and better off doing the barbarian fishing method that is off over here. So I'm going to learn how to do that a little bit later. Might go take a look at it now and see if I can get to 60 actually. Doesn't happen all the time. I don't always come at you with these clips, but today I did have a bad flip. I sold all these for 12.419 mil and bought them for 12.9, so you know, a good negative 480k flip there, nothing better. I guess I just bought dragon darts at a time where they were kind of falling, and I happened to catch in on them. That's fine, you know, hop back on the saddle, nothing wrong with it. But so I have started doing my range on the side. I'm actually closing in on 72, and I'm gonna look to get as close as I can to finishing off these cannonballs. 10k is a lot. I have died once already though, so I'm gonna have to factor that in later. But right now, tab not looking bad. Nice little 820k right now. And I'm just going to flip on the side with my cash stack, which at the moment is the 12.5 mil that I just took out pretty much entirely. So just got away from a PKer at the end of the last trip. I'm at the beginning of my inventory. I'm risking 450k. Towards the end, I'm risking about 350 because my cannonballs are gone. But I did have all my loot on me. It was towards the end of a trip, and I was probably risking close to 700-800. And I just used this opening to get away from them. This is typically what I do if I'm teleport blocked. I just enter and leave the cave until I can actually get away from them. Sometimes if you get some gap on them, or if they stay inside too long, I just run south, and you can get some trees in the way as well. It is not that bad to get away. I'd say get away from about half the people that attack me, as long as I'm over here in this green dragon area. So talking to Otto up here near the barbarian fishing area, I basically just had to go through the first couple options with him, and then after doing that, if you search his bed, you can get a barbarian fishing rod. Combine that with some feathers and you can catch yourself what are the best fish for the most part in the game. You can tick manipulate here as well. I haven't talked a whole lot about that because I personally don't deal with it too much myself, but basically it's a way to speed up the skilling process. However, I'll be AFKing a little bit more. And yeah, this is where I'm going to chill out and at least get 60, I'd say, fishing. So I said I was only going to be here for a little bit, but I just actually realized that you'd get agility XP from this. I totally forgot about that. And the fact that I can get some side agility XP makes this all the better to do. So might stick around here a little longer. And with one more catch of a fish, that should be 60 fishing. So that is not necessarily an achievement in and of itself. Nothing necessarily unlocked, but I did get 60 fishing, and on top of that, 25 total levels, so 25 levels away from the total worlds. Really no upgrades here up until the point at which I hit level 70, then I'll get the sturgeon, but I mean, for now, doing pretty good. Basically, this is the tick manipulation method that I was talking about, where you do this. You can see well, I will eventually catch them faster than I would, believe me. Basically, every time you get it, you use this Harlander on the swamp tar, or any herb that you can make tar of, and then you click on the fishing spot, and basically it cancels ticks. It's a nice way to go about it. I do it if I'm not AFKing, but you know, a man likes to AFK every now and then as well. Such a meme level to miss, my god. 73 range coming in right there. I'm currently at 5.5k cannonballs. I don't know how I feel. I mean, I am doing very good out here, but they're not going by as quickly as I thought. I mean, you just end up having a lot of time where you're only attacking 1 or 2 dragons max, and sometimes they're all dead. And ultimately, it's not bad. It is pretty good, but I would like to move on, as I've done more than my fair share out here. I do want to get the toxic blowpipe, but I might just have to take myself on over to Chaos Druids. I think that's what I'm going to do. I like it out here, but the money I make here can move me on over there, and that's perfectly fine with me. So not a bad bank value at this point. Looking at 26.1 mil. I used 4.8k, a little bit over that total cannonballs. I had to come back after a trip because of PKers. I only died twice, so it wasn't that big of a deal, and each time I was only losing about 200k, so in total, I spent about 900k on cannonballs, 400k on death, so 1.3 mil, and then about another 300k in supply, so 1.6 mil total. And then if we look and see how much we got 2.8 mil in loot. So that is good. That means we made 1.2 mil total on the 5k cannonballs. Could have made a little more if I didn't die. Personally, I'm pretty fine with that. Basically, by making 1.2 mil, that means we have like 6 to 7k cannonballs that we can use in that range as pure profit. So this 5k is going to do me really well as I go towards 75 range. In addition to that, I think I'm going to do a little bit of herb lore real quick, because I forgot I had all of these in my bank. So I'm going to go do some mobile, listen to podcasts. So leave a comment below. What's your favorite podcast? 62 herb lore achieved. That unlocks me no particular potion of note, but I think I'm going to call herb lore quits right there. 62 is pretty high, and I really don't have any use for any higher at the moment. So now I'm going to move on out and get back to ranging. Didn't take all that long. This is going to be it. Actually, I have a broken cannon, so this is it. 75 range. That actually is not that bad. I mean, 100k XP an hour, you know, just for me to get to 76, not that long away. I mean, it could be a skill I get 80 probably first on this account, I'm thinking, but it is right now. I do believe the highest skill. Second is fletching at 73, and then strength at 72, if I am correct. So that makes range my new highest skill, and more importantly, what it allows me to do now is I don't have the cash stack to... Where's my... Oh my god, I can't buy a blowpipe. So now we have the ability to absolutely throw our money away on scales and darts, which I can't wait to utilize. It's going to make just range training so much simpler, and god, is it going to... Oh, look at that. Look at that. One of the first steps towards a main account complete. Feeling really good right now, a 1233 total level. If I go to the bank, I'm lingering somewhere around 25, 26 mil at the moment. So that's where we're ending off. I feel really good at the moment. Yeah, 24.3, 24.5-ish. We are so close to killing some quests and then just absolutely becoming main account. I could do a fire cape soon if I wanted to. With that said though, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like. Anything you want to tell me, let me know in a comment down below. And if you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe to see more. Also join the clan chat, and that's it. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, and see you around. Bye-bye now.